Okay, well, hello everybody. It's Vic Noble here, and yeah, today I'm joined by one of our Coaches Corner Premium Service members, Daniel. So, welcome, Daniel.
Hi, Vic. Hi.
Good, you can hear me okay. So, um, I'm interviewing Daniel today because he's one of our CC members who has become what we call a stage four trader, where he's consistent in his approach and has reached that stage where trading is very well defined for him. Like he really knows what he's looking for. He's a consistently profitable trader, which is the goal for all of our traders, is to get to this level. And of course, when we say consistently profitable, that doesn't mean that we don't have losses. We certainly do. But it's all about consistency in our approach. That's what I mean by that. So Daniel, yeah, maybe just start off by telling us a bit about yourself and where you're from and family and whatever you like.
I was born and I live in Poland. I'm 33 years old. I'm married to a beautiful woman. We have two little children, a 2-year-old daughter and a 15-month son.
Aha,
Um,
nice.
about my job, I work in a hospital in a city where I live. And I'm responsible for infrastructure and investments things. And today we all know about the COVID-19 situation. And last 2 months were pretty hard. But I managed to deal with it and with Forex, and it's doable.
Yeah.
I'm also a member of the city council in where I'm a chairman of the audit committee.
Wow, man, you sound like you've got lots to do every day, and thanks for that update on the coronavirus too. It's I was thinking about that when you said that you worked in a hospital, and it's and by the way, big thanks to you and all the frontline workers that are doing just such a amazingly good job. We sure appreciate it.
Thank you, thanks.
Yeah. So what about your trading background? How about that, and kind of what led you to Forex Mentor and the Coach's Corner service?
I think that if I remember correctly, found about Forex market in 2011. So it was 9 years ago. Of course, as everyone, I was attracted by money. And fortunately, I realized that I need to find someone legit to teach me and show me how the market, the Forex market actually works. And in 2013, when I was searching some things, I found that some trader was talking about London close strategy. And I did another search, and this led me to London close strategy made by Shirley Hudson at Forex Mentor. So that was my beginning with Forex Mentor, and till today it is. And I was watching all of your of your weekly trade examples,
Hmm.
which till today are all of them are really great. And in 2015, in January, it was actually my New Year's resolution to do something better with my trading. I joined CC. I think it was for a six month period actually, and with some breaks because I thought that I can learn from you for a 6 month and I can then do it on my own. And actually that thinking was wrong, and fortunately last June 2019 I joined again, and since then I'm here, and I think that this long-term commitment is also a key to success in the Forex business.
Yeah, it really is. We always tell people that because a lot of people want to just join for a month or two and see how it goes quote unquote, like, and which is fine, no problem with that, and it's good to see what we're all about and that. But to honestly learn it, it just takes longer. I wish I could tell a different story, but that's the truth of it. And so we're just so grateful to have you with us. What style of trader are you? What's your kind of preferred approach?
I'm definitely a day trader. Why a day trader? I have a busy daily routine, and I like to schedule things. So day trading fits my style, and I love it. Um, Lately, actually, when I see a swing or position trade set up, I also take it because I'm focused only on one pattern. Actually, it's set and forget, and I traded on all of 28 major forex currency pairs. And yes, mostly I'm a day trader.
Yeah, yeah, good. Well, it's actually interesting that you say that, because when you if you're just focused on one pattern, which you're talking about, the set and forget pattern, that makes it a lot easier to trade, different styles. I mean, to try to trade different patterns on different styles, and 28 pairs is overwhelming for most people. But I'd like to hear that that's what you're doing. We've we've seen your comments, and the things that you post in our chat room, and obviously you have a really good grasp of everything that we teach, and you can just tell, when somebody writes something that they're really seeing things well, and that you understand Darko's approach. When did you as you're trading, and when did you make a transition in your trading to becoming to getting into being a stage four trader? Like, was there a particular moment, an aha moment that you had, or how did that happen?
Actually, it wasn't a long time ago, until last week, when you and Darko told me about this, that I'm at stage four. I didn't even realize that I became a stage four trader. It was, of course, my dream, because I was so focused on the process and analyzing and doing the chart gym, that I think this hard work led me to become a stage four trader. I think that this repetition, my strict daily routines, these are my aha moments.
Hmm.
And yes,
Yeah.
I think I am a stage four trader.
Yeah, no, well, I can just tell by what you have to say, and the things that you see. Sometimes it might be something that Darko doesn't even have posted in his PMA, but you might pick something up, and that's just so great, because that's what we want, is traders to learn how to fish for themselves. And that's a funny thing, because when you do start focusing just on the process, you can actually get, so you don't even know that you've become a higher level trader, because you're doing the right thing. You're focusing like that. What well, kind of in that same light, what kind of performance results have you seen with your trading? And I mean, maybe you could just give us a kind of a bit of an idea of how it's gone for you.
I know that everyone want to know how another other trader
Yeah. It,
is doing. And actually, when I was listening to past interviews, I also wanted to know. But it's now I know it's not relevant. But in my case, in December 2019, I told myself that the next year, I mean 2020, will be the best year for me in my Forex career. And it is, actually it is. I also planned my monthly return to be 2%. So I mean, it's not a lot, no, but it's okay return.
you can't get two.
If we
Yeah, no, sorry to interrupt. I was going to say you can't get two
No, no, you
percent
get
per year in a bank, so that's very good.
exactly, exactly. And since January, I managed to more or less be really close to that 2%. So it's all in our brain, and if we are really committed to the cause, we will do it. And till December 2019, I was actually a break-even trader. I didn't lost a lot of money. Actually, I was a break-even, so it's kind also for me it's a success. But when I decided to treat a forex, and I advise everyone to do the same, to treat it like a business, and it will really pay off. Believe me.
Yeah, yeah, what a good point that is. And you're right. When I ask about performance, I always hesitate because you're right. Everybody wants to, how does it, what kind of performance does he have, and what's his results in that? It really, it's interesting, but it doesn't mean that somebody else is going to get the same results. It just never works that way. Everybody gets slightly different results, and but I appreciate you, giving us an idea of how it's been for you. That's awesome. So, how about this? Every trading day that comes along, how do you approach it? Like what does a trading day how does a trading day unfold for you? What do you do in particular?
And this part, I think, is very, very important, and I will describe it. Since Monday to Friday, I wake up at 4:45 a.m., so it's quite early, and I wake before everyone. And I have, I think, 2 hours only for myself. And during that time, I'm performing my chart analysis for potential trades. I go uh, through every pair. Sometimes I do it 3 times because maybe I missed something, and I want to do it. I want to do it really really good. And every my every analysis is due always before Darko's PMA, and that's also, I think, it's really important. And I advise every one and two and of course three-stage trader to do the same, to do our own analysis first, and then we watch Darko PMA. And after I watch Darko PMA, and of course after I do my analysis, I put alarms on pairs. I put alarms on significant necklines, on potential swing break areas, and these alarms help me a lot during my day because they pop out on my phone, on my web. It's a really good thing to keep track of actually what's going on the market. And after when I go to work, I'm monitoring my charts by my mobile and my web platform. And for this, I actually use TradingView. And since I use TradingView, it helped me a lot. Actually, the alerts part is really helping. And because of this, I can spend actually with my charts actually every minute. And after I go back home from work, I do another quick scan, and every evening, I summarize. I summarize the whole day. I take screenshots of every process of a trade, actually, the entry, the moving to break even, moving after the reaction, hitting, for example, take profit number one, or the whole trade. Actually depends on the day. No, not every day is the same. They are all different. And for this, I use a Trello app, which helps a lot to put screenshots and some discussions things. Helps a lot. And that's my from Monday to Friday. That's my plan. And on Saturdays, I summarize the whole week. I'm going from Monday to Friday, and I'm looking at charts if I miss something or not, and I make a little of summary of the week. And then comes Sunday, and a Sunday is actually my preparation for the next trading week when I do a precise analysis for every of 28 Forex pair.
My gosh, I tell you something. Whoever's listening to this right now, I want you to go back and listen to Daniel's answer again. That is why he's a stage four trader. What you just heard. That's even even simple things like using alerts and are so helpful. You don't have to waste your time on pairs that aren't doing anything, or you get alerted when there is something to do. Daniel, that was such a good explanation right there of your week, and I can, like I said, obvious why you're a stage four trader. That's exactly what you need to be doing. You sound like Darko. um,
Thanks.
so psychologically, the psychology of this thing is I don't know, one of the most important parts of trading. I mean, we can all learn patterns and everything, but that doesn't mean you can do it. What about your psychological mindset? Like, how do you handle wins and losses from an emotional point of view? Because you know, being comfortable with losses and embracing losses is not easy for most people. Even though, you talk to somebody and they say, "Oh yeah, I understand it's an odds game. I understand I'm going to have losses," but they actually have a very difficult time handling losses once they happen, especially if you have two or three in a row, which can happen. How do you handle that psychological part of it?
Yes, I agree that losses are pretty hard to accept for everyone, but for me, for 2 months, I guess, I don't care. I don't care about losses, and also I don't care about the winners. For example, today I had a full loss on the EuroCat, but I know that it's a probability loss. It was a great setup, but what should I do? I should move on, and that's my plan. And as I told, I don't care about losses, and I advise everyone to not to care about winning trades, and actually about winning trades, we should forget even faster than about losing trades.
Yeah, great advice, and because like you say, we're going to have losses and we're going to have wins, and when we're playing a probability game and our wins can outweigh our losses, that's all we need. That's all we want to do, and that's perfect. So, everybody wants a quick fix and to start making money, right away, and but we both know, and I think most people that trade in their hearts know that it's just not the way it works, not long term. Okay, so maybe talk about the study time that you put in. Well, you talked a lot about that already, but just general things and how it's helped you to see things on your own and to develop confidence. Because that's the thing. Like once you start to see things for yourself, your confidence level goes way up.
Yes, and as we all know, Forex market is full of hype and full of false expectations. We can see a lot of them on YouTube when there are people showing us they Ferraris and Porsches and a lot of money, and that's why most people, and I think many of us, was attracted to Forex at the beginning because after watching that YouTube guy showing his money, we think that we can do it also within a month, and we can be millionaires, which we all know that's not the true. And in my case, I think that the hard work, patience, persistence, these are traits important for a professional trader, and every stage 4 trader will say that it's true. And actually, when I decided to treat Forex as a business, I'm more focused. And when I analyze my charts, I'm more focused. And as I told, I do it sometimes 3 times to check if I missed something or not. And that really helps. And day after day, week after week, month after month, this hard work really pays off. And every second spent in front of charts helps me to understand each pair behavior, and that's, I think, it's the most important thing.
Yeah, well, you sure embrace that whole work ethic properly, and again, it's why you are where you are. Could you talk about the PMA? We talk about the PMAs all the time. The PMA, by the way, if you don't know, is a pre-market analysis. That's what it stands for. I'm talking to the general audience who's listening, and maybe talk about the PMAs and how they can be used to help traders develop more quickly. Maybe even you might want to mention the premium service charge because we added those recently.
Yes, I love PMAs, Darko's PMAs.
Yeah.
They taught me a lot. And of course, I watch them every day, sometimes even twice, first in the morning and the second one in the evening. But as I told, I always do my analysis before each of Darko PMAs, and I advise everyone to do the same. Every PMA shows Darko method, and after watching them for a year, it really helps to understand Darko's teaching really well. So it's not that we subscribed for CC for 1 month, and after 1 month of watching Darko's PMA, we think that we can be stage 4 trader. That's actually not the case. Sometimes when I don't manage to watch in the morning the Darko's PMA, a great addition is actually premium service charts, because I can watch it in the work, on my mobile, on my web, on the computer, and that's really helpful when I don't have because Darko's PMA are not posted on exact the same hour. That's why the PS premium service charts are really helpful. And I advise everyone not to treat PMA and premium service charts as signal services, because if someone treats this as a signal service, he or she won't even get to stage 4 trader. And Darko is giving us rod to catch the fish, not the other way around, to summarize it a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's a great point that you make about, if you're treating it like a signal service, you're not really learning. So what you're talking about is going through the PMAs before Darko has posted the PMA, or at least before you listen to Darko's PMA, and then listen to the PMA, and you can compare your analysis to Darko's analysis. It's really, really a fantastically good way to learn and to get educated. Darko, I don't know, I mean, probably most of you know who are listening, but he's been doing these pre-market analysis videos for like 2.5 years now. He's such a good teacher. I'm just so pleased that we have him with us, and he does a great job and pours his heart and soul into this, of course. Um, the other big factor with people is trade management. And I'm sort of going through parts of your trading plan here just because they're all important. And when somebody becomes a stage 4 trader, it's because they're doing all of these little things properly. It's a real big deal for trading, yet most people have a struggle with what to do once they're in a trade. Okay, where do I get out? Where do I move my stop? So how's trade management played a part in your success?
trade management is it's a very important factor. When I realized that trade management is a big deal, my trades started to look differently. I had less full losses, and that's why I love set and forget setups, because when I have a natural stop, I have a room to manage a trade, and when the price establishes against me, I can make a move, and that area helps a lot. And after many hours of watching charts and starting to see behavior of some forex pairs, sometimes I even know when to exit trades manually because price is doing absolutely nothing. So I think that becoming a stage 4 trader is to understanding very well the whole trade management concept.
Yeah, it really is. And actually, you sort of alluded to that where you actually start to get a feel for things. And I know that that's not necessarily totally objective, but you'll start to see things that that you can take action, and you get to that whole new level of trading, and it's really quite amazing. And I mean but for now we have a fairly objective way to manage trades, which is very, very helpful. Most trades we can mitigate, not all of them, but some of them we take a full loss. It's just the way it is. And just to wrap it up here now, like we hear people saying, I don't have enough time to trade, I'm too busy and all this. And I'm looking at you and I'm going, wow, you've got so much going on with the wife, the two kids, the job, the job as the city councilor as well. And I you're obviously a pretty busy person, obviously. What would you say to others who feel that they just don't have enough time to consider trading?
If you really want to become a professional forex trader, I think that you will find a way. For me, my daily schedule, which is really tight, it actually reflects my personality, because I love to work hard and efficient. And I think that's helping me in my forex and my forex career. Uh, that's why I wake up every morning, early in the morning, before everyone, because I'm focused. I'm focused on my chart analysis. I'm focused on my trading, and that's really important. And I think that traders that say they don't have enough time, they should definitely focus on one thing and on one trading style. If someone is really busy, maybe she should consider some swing or position trading. But most important thing, I think that's the most important thing, to start treating Forex as a business. And we will. Everyone who wants to be a professional Forex trader will find a way if she starts to treat it like a business.
Yeah, well, great advice, and especially good advice because you are walking the talk. You are doing what you say, and your own advice, and it reflects in your trading and results. Daniel, I thank you so much for chatting with us today. I know that most people, I think a lot of people are going to find your story very inspirational. I sure do. I just love hearing from our members like this, and hopefully it's given them some valuable insights into the mindset that's needed for successful trading, and the determination, the willingness to learn that's needed. Because, like I mentioned, just learning a pattern or a setup will not make somebody a trader. We can teach somebody a pattern easily, half an hour, and they can show it. But that doesn't mean they can make money with it. But knowing how and when to apply that pattern, and having the psychological tools like patience and discipline and a probability mindset to trade that pattern, now it's a different story. And like you said, a mindset of just staying in the process and not second guessing the outcome and worrying about the outcome. outcome. It just staying in that process is so important. If it's a valid trade, you have to take it, win, lose, or drop, because you don't know. It's just a probability trade. And folks,
Exactly.
by hearing from Daniel, I hope it'll spark enthusiasm and hope and the realization that if you truly want to get to a point of consistent profitability in your trading, you can. You can if you arm yourself with the right approach and the mindset, and you embrace the whole concept of trading in probabilities, not certainties. Okay, so Daniel, thank you again.
Thanks, Vic. And for closing, I'd like to say a quote by Bruce Lee, who said, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." This reflects that we should be focused only on one thing. And I also have an analogy of a Forex trading journey. It's actually a bamboo tree. The analogy is that a bamboo tree it can be growing underground for almost 5 years when you can see a tiny little bulb on the top, on the surface. And then within 6 weeks, it can grow up to 24 meters in the air. And that bamboo tree analogy shows how important it is to be patient and persistent. Thanks, Vic, for the interview. Really love it and appreciate it. Thanks.
Oh, Daniel, the pleasure's ours, and that's a great analogy. You know, how many people are just under the surface. You know, they've been studying and studying and just not quite there. And then if they stay with it, the perseverance, it pays off. It happened to Darko, of course. He was a great example of it. Who look what's happened to
Yes,
him. So
exactly.
I really, really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to chat with me today. I know it's getting late where you are, so thank you so much for doing this, Daniel. And yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you in the chat room.
Thanks.
Okay, and thank you to everyone for listening. Take care.